Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Here's your new and updated mods for FS25 on Thursday, August the 7th. In total, 20 mods dropped today. All platforms got 9 new and 8 updates, and PC Mac players got 3 updates. You can check the timestamps to see what you want to see first, and heads up, the mods dropped like 2-3 hours early today. I like that. Let's make that the new norm. Hey, surprise! We actually have an update to Farm Sim 22. I wanted to start it off just so you guys knew about it. The Fruit Greenhouse version 1.6 cycles per month increased 15 to 7 due to issues on some mod maps, adjusted the door and windows that were out of alignment, and adjusted to the latest FS22 patch. So there you go. Hey, still get an update. Very cool. Today we got a new map for you, the BR-163 MS Brazil. This is based on a stretch of the BR-163 highway in Brazil. It's got several characteristics of the region and produces mainly corn and soybeans if you want to keep it realistic, but in new farmer mode, you get everything. The map itself's got 75 viable lands. You got 47 fields, 2 grain sale points, multiple production points, quarry, yep, you got one of those, sawmill, animal dealer, vehicle shop, EGA, new productions, etc. This is what you get in new farm mode right over here. Boom, boom, boom. It is farmland 61. It takes up the field as well as the main farm area. So be aware of that and everything else around. Pricing, it seems a little on the high side, but I guess it is what it is. $1.6 million for that field right there at 66 hectares. See over here, 1.1. 161,000 for that little field right there. 30,000 for that little field. So a little on the high side, I think, when it comes to prices, but that just means it takes you maybe 2 or 3 harvests to get a new field instead of just 1. In the quarry, we do get free lime, it looks like, so that is very, very cool. You can come over here and scoop some up if you would like, and we even have a humongous lime production factory down here in the very bottom. I think that's very, very cool. Oh, there's a bird. I thought there was something in the air. I guess the bird is in the air, yeah. The town area itself, I think, is very, very detailed, super in-depth as well. There's quite a bit going on in here, too. So you've got people in here, you've got the shop, you got production, field points, all kinds of stuff going on in this area right here, which I am digging. The further out you get, the more kind of rural it gets, but you do get that urban area vibe going into the town. It's pretty cool. Here is your main farm. Pretty basic, not a whole lot extra going on with this. We do have 2 required mods for this map, so be aware of that. It's a gas station and a mega silo, which we're looking at currently right here. Big silo area. I do like that. There are no new crops, so heads up there. Here is your crop calendar. Being in South America, we do start in February, not in August, so be ready for that. We do have 1 sheep barn where we have 20 goats. As far as productions, we have a fertilizer mixer and a herbicide mixer that we own at standard. However, as you can see, we have a bunch of production chains, so that is very cool. As far as our vehicles go, I think we've got a decent chunk of stuff in here. I mean, there's definitely plenty to get started off with. I think anybody will find their way perfectly fine with this amount of equipment. As always, here are your 2 required mods. Jumping over to tools, we have the TMC Cancela TFK 200s from Hispanomotics, which is returning mod, I believe. We've got main colors and design colors on there, the orange and the black. Forestry mulchers, 150 horsepower required, 2 meters at 6 miles per hour. So if you've been looking forward to it, it is back. And your only other tool today is the Irish 900 kg weight. On here, we've got quite a few different configurations for a weight anyway. Reflectors of yes and no. You got the stick in the front, kind of tells you where you're at. Strobe lights are on here. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And you even have Track and Patch, Massey Ferguson, Dewey's Far, and John Deere. And we can even change up the color of the weight itself and the color of the stick. There you go. All right, very cool. Now we got placeables in a new production, the Alfalfa Hay Dryer. This is pretty much the exact hay dryer we got yesterday from Fracasses Modding. They released 3 mods yesterday, all with the same placeable shed and then just different interiors. Well, unfortunately, the map that I'm on doesn't support alfalfa, so I don't see anything here. However, if your mod supports alfalfa, your map, you will be able to use this production to dry that alfalfa, which is very, very cool. 250,000 liters in and out. Next one is called the Complete Shed. However, there are a couple things with this, and I do want to talk about it. So first up, it's got a fill point for water and for fuel. So that's pretty cool. And inside we've got a place for lights. It uses the left stick on controller, and we've got some pallet stacks here. However, you cannot auto load them. Furthermore, you cannot choose whether you want to fill up with water or fuel. So do be aware of that. I actually used this setup back here, and with the Colossus trailer, which holds everything, it only filled up with water. And of course, I put the tractor right here and emptied the fuel out, and it filled up with fuel perfectly fine. So just be aware, it may not fill up with what you want it to. It's also in sheds, and this is not really a shed. This should be in tools or maybe containers at the very least. However, sheds is not the spot for this in the mod hub. Next one on the list is the long shed. This one right here is exactly what it says it is. It is a very long shed. One click opens both doors, so that makes things nice and easy, although they are independent, which is kind of cool. Down here we have the normal B button or circle on PlayStation to turn on the lights, and then we have another door here. Nice, short, simple, to the point. I say short, it is quite long. Next up, we've got the haul pack. This has got one that holds 1,000 stuffs object storage, so that is very cool. It's a huge building. Gosh. This one over here is just an insanely large workshop. So you come over here, click your workshop, anything in here could be worked on. That's very cool. And then we've just got one that's normal. It's just a shed, not the one crazy. Just does its own thing. Our next to last mod is quite interesting. This is the post service. And it's not a post office, it's not a postal place. It's actually a warehouse. Don't look at the sell point over there right now. We'll talk about that. So in here, we can go in. We've got a big door on the front that opens up. So you've got that. We've got doors on the sides. You've got a way to cut on some lights in here. Left stick. And here's our spot for the warehouse. So we'll come over here, and we can see we've got post box. There's nothing else in here. It's just the post box. That's it. You can buy 10 of them at a time, and they cost you $0. All right. Well, that sounds pretty good. Cool. So what is this again? Post box. Sell everything. Gives us $3,097 for 1,000 count. However, it is important to note that this box is only 100 count. You see at the very bottom, post box 100. There you go. So mass is 10 kilograms, so it doesn't weigh a lot. You could pick it up. Post box 100 count. Mass is 0.01 tons. Now, this is meant to be a role play kind of thing where you get a package and you have to deliver the package and you get money for it. So we'll bring it over here to the sell point. Boom. There we go. $309 for the sold products. And that would be 10% of this. So 1,000 count. Those are 100 each. 10%. Bam. And that's about it. It's just supposed to be kind of fun and interesting and a little bit different. And nothing too wild and crazy. So, there you go. The post service gives you a little extra cash and just another thing to do. And our last new one for all platforms today is kind of neat. It is the parking spaces mod. Check this out, dude. Yeah, we have all kinds of different stuff. Lots of different combinations. They've each got decorations as well. And you can even change up the colors of the lines. So if you don't like the white lines for whatever reason, you can do green. You could do yellow, blue. There's also red. It's pretty neat. And we've even got stains that you could put down. So we'll take a look at this. We're in placeables, we're in others, and we've got a couple here. Just kind of move it over a little bit. There you go. So in this one, we've got the 4-stack, or the 4-set. You've got a couple different sets of decorations, which can be added if you would like. You've also got seasonal decorations, which are added too. And then if you come in here, you've got your yellow, blue, green, and red. But you could just stick with the white if you prefer. So we have that set up in a 4, and then you've got the same setup in a 6. You've also got a similar setup right here in a bit of a longer set. However, it's only 2, and you can kind of add them on as you wish. As a matter of fact, about the same thing with both of those. Then you could go with a little bit shorter. So instead of a semi-truck set, you go with one that's more designed for cars and vehicles. So similar decorations, same color options through there. Available in 4, 6, or expansion bays. That's very cool. Then we get into the decorations themselves. So we have a bollard, parking sign, we have a parking block, storm drain, Euro bin, and then back into the bollard again. And then if we jump over here to the stains, we have a couple different ones of these 4, as a matter of fact. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're able to put down your own and build your own parking lot. I don't know. I think this is the first parking lot mod that we've got for Farm Sim 25. I know we had one in 22. I think it was quite popular with map builders and with people who like to modify their maps as well. So here you go. You got a nice big spot for semi-trucks as well as for your everyday cars. What do you think? Now we get into our updates. We have the Lizard DCFCO 8000 fertilizer spreader. It's going to be version 1001. Fixed an issue with the fill volume not appearing or disappearing after a second load in a host and dedicated server multiplayer mode. Next is extended goods and productions. Going to be in the middle 1011. Corrected the prices and fixed the plant-based protein factory. Cow Barn Dairy production version 1001. Fix the straw bale trigger. Big storage from Patty and Ika's version 1002. Fix the color options and reduce the price. Very cool. Lizard Return version 1001. Change the appears on stats attribute from true to false. BuildNet add-on 1005. Massey Ferguson MF RB 4160V Pro Tech and the Fent Rotana 160V Combi supported added. And Bell Twine add-on 1005. CNH Square Balers Pack support. Last update for all platforms, the hay storage and grass drying 1.1. Grass drying works again. No new ones for PC and Mac today, so we jump straight into our updates. We have the Kraz 65032 version 101. Fix the position of trucks in the store. Body extensions have been added and remove the windows wetting. And we have the same update for the BellNet add-on additional features and the Bell Twine add-on additional features, both being version 1004. Fix the support with dependency mod. And there it is. That's all I've got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new. And join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. We'll keep you updated with all the latest news and mods in Farm Sim 25. Hey, speaking of, Giants teased the John Deere 9RX 830. They're going to have a real-life version at their booth at Gamescom here in a couple weeks. So very interested to see how that's going to turn out. Nonetheless, have an awesome day. We'll catch you in the next one.